The Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 update was just released and it revealed so much lore and story about the Mimic and about the newest Fnaf game releasing in 2025, Fnaf Secret of the Mimic. So let's go over everything that was shown in this small update and let's answer how this perfectly sets up the Mimic as Jackie in Secret of the Mimic while also theorizing about this update. So please make sure to like and subscribe and let's attempt to solve the Fnaf Help Wanted 2 update. So for a quick recap, this update included new looks at Jackie, new looks at a new location where Secret of the Mimic will take place, and it showed off a new ending solving one of the franchise's most mysterious characters. So how can we solve this update? Well, first, how do you even unlock this ending? Well, when you first load into the game, nothing seems different. It isn't until you load into the Sister Location Night 4 minigame where you find a Jackie animatronic card. Now, this is a huge reveal that gives us our first look to this new character. In the same level, there's a cabinet that can be opened, and here you will find a keypad where you can enter a code. And if you enter the date 1979, which was revealed to us in the Secret of the Mimic teaser, you will be handed the Tiger Rock plushie from the Tales from the Pizzaplex epilogues. This plushie also unlocks the Mimic in the animatronic gallery where he wears the lion costume from the secret ending in Ruin. Then you have to shoot the Mimic with the Phaser Blaster, and this will open a door to your side, and this is what truly starts this update. Here you will be in a room that is identical to the room where the teaser took place, and just like the teaser, you have the option of opening Jackie's box that also has voice lines from Jackie herself. Once the table appears in front of you, you will find a blank canvas, but it's actually where you'll need to start unlocking puzzle pieces to make out an image. So when going back to the base game, you must find different puzzle pieces in different minigames with and without the Vanny mask. There are also puzzle pieces in the pizzeria itself, and you'll need to unlock a total of 12 different pieces. Once you unlock all the pieces, you will find that the puzzle while wearing a Vanny mask reveals a funhouse or circus type of building with what appears to be a factory right behind it. And without the Vanny mask, the puzzle will reveal a blue van. But again, after collecting them all, the funhouse building will actually appear right in front of you, with signs advertising gifts and masks. When taking a closer look in front of the building, there's a code that reads 4625, but when taking the Vanny mask off, you will now find the blue van in front of you with the doors open, revealing the Mexis machine inside. And when taking a closer look at Mexis, there's another small keypad, and when inputting the code from the funhouse, Mexis will appear and the ending will finally play. So in this ending, we see Mexis reveal himself before the blue van drives off. Now this might have seemed short, but this actually tells us everything we need to know about this character in one ending. But finally, to end off this update, if you go back to the animatronic gallery, you'll now find an official model for the Mimic who will be known as Jackie. This design looks amazing and she is much larger in scale compared to the player, showing how terrifying she really is. Based on this model alone, she looks perfect, so we can only imagine what she will look like in the actual game. So now that we've gone over the update, let's attempt to solve everything we know about this content update, starting with this Tiger Rock plushie. This Tiger Rock plushie just confirmed that the tales from the Pizzaplex novels are directly canon to the games. In the Mimic epilogues, we learn that the Mimic was created by Edwin, who had a son named David, and Edwin actually created the Mimic for his son David. David owned a white tiger plushie in the books, and later on the Mimic would even get a white tiger plushie of his own, and now we find this exact tiger plushie in Help Wanted 2. Meaning the story where David has the white tiger plushie is canon to the games, which also means that the tales from the Pizzaplex novels are also directly canon, finally ending a big debate. But moving on, I believe that these puzzle pieces that you need to collect represent memories. Memories when put together unlock something from the past, which is the reveal of this factory and of Mexis. So it was just a unique way of showing that these events are from the past. But when looking at this building, I think it's clear that this will be the location where Secret of the Mimic will now take place. It's something we haven't seen before in the franchise, but when comparing it to these cameras from inside the factory and from the description of the factory that was given from this demo, it's clear that these two are the same, and that this is our first look at the Secret of the Mimic location. Based on the puzzle as well, it looks like it's a combination of a carnival funhouse and factory, where we will have to explore both sides throughout the events of the game. And overall, it looks like an interesting and fun experience where FNAF's Secret of the Mimic will take place. But what about this van that was carrying Mexis? Well, at first I thought this van was from the FNAF Security Breach ending, and that is showing us how Gregory and Vanessa delivered Mexis to the Pizzaplex. But when comparing the vans, they are clearly not the same, so I don't think this is Gregory delivering Mexis. Because of how fast the van was driving, my other Another thought was to think back to the books, where in one of the epilogues we learn of David's death, where he was killed by a speeding car. So now that we know the books are canon, what if this van was the vehicle that killed David, also meaning that Mexus was responsible for his death? Although I think this is possible, I instead think something else is happening, which is that Mexus is being delivered to this factory. Why have this van and factory in the same room and in the same puzzle? It makes a lot more sense that Mexus was being delivered to this factory, since it takes place at such an early point in the timeline. I think this is our first look at Mexus being delivered, which also gives us a date he was created, which is 1979. Because this date was given to us in the teaser and it was the date used to unlock the Tiger Rock plush, we can assume that that's when the game will take place and that's when this factory was open. Meaning there's a big possibility Mexus was created the same year and was also delivered around the same time. But if this is true, that means that the factory we see in Fnaf Hop 1 and 2 is the location right under the sinkhole in Fnaf Ruin. I've already made a video going over this theory, but now I think it's finally been confirmed. Mexus was never delivered to the Pizzaplex, he was delivered to this factory and never left. That means that the Fnaf 6 pizzeria was built over this factory, and then the Pizzaplex was built over that pizzeria. This also means that the Mimic never left the factory and has been stuck in the sinkhole since 1979. I'm going to make a future video going in depth on this theory, but I strongly believe that we see Mexus being delivered to this factory. But finally, what does the code 4625 mean? Well, it's being widely believed that this is a release date, April 6, 2025. Now, it could either be a release date for the trailer for this game or for the game itself, but I think it's clear that this is our first official date to FNAF's Secret of the Mimic. But with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the FNAF Hop 1 and 2 update and everything we know about it so far. This video was made right after the update was released, as I wanted to get it up as soon as possible, so there could be some things missing from it that I will include in an update video if needed. But what do you guys think of this update and all of its reveals? So make sure to comment down below your thoughts and theories. Again, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and thank you guys so much for watching.